Alright, so my grip turns, very annoying. I'll try an old trick. You got to get some hairspray. Spray it on the I think you just have to wait for a few seconds. We'll see. And then put it on. And you wait to about half an hour or so and see what happens. Alright, it's been a few hours. Oh, it didn't work. It's worse. It's like it's acted as an oil or something. Well, so much for that idea. Let's go and check what sort of hairspray it was. Well, I said it was hairspray, so feels sticky in there, but slippery on there. I'll leave it out in the air for a minute and see what happens. Otherwise I have to get some metho and clean it off and try something different. I left it out in the air for a minute, put it on, and now it's on fairly tight. So must have just needed the air to sort of activate it or something, I don't know. A little bit loose there, but we'll see what happens with that. I might leave it for a bit longer and come back, but probably just needed a bit of air to do something. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'll see how it goes, but I think that's the thing, is to leave the hairspray out in the air for a bit longer before you put it on. The air must do something to it. Oh, it's good. Next time I go for a ride, I'll see what it's like. Right, first ride with the stuck-on grip with the hairspray. So far, so good. Feels good, nice and tight. For some reason the other side never really got loose, it just got put on and stayed nice and tight, so strange, isn't it? Oh. Also put some new pedals on. So far so good. For those of you who have had the pleasure of riding with me for the last few months, will probably have noticed, may have noticed, that the old pedals were croaking like a swamp full of frogs. You'd like that swamp there, although they're not croaking at the moment. And when I left, the radar said it wasn't raining, and it wasn't going to rain, but the feeling of rain on my face makes me wonder. It's only light rain, so it'll be okay. Hairspray didn't last, but worse than that, once it let loose, it's ultra slippery now, so it's worse than it ever was. So I don't know, I might call that a great failure so far. It's obviously hard to explain how slippery it is, but it's sort of almost no resistance at all. So I'm going to try and clean this off with I don't know what. Not too much around here, and yeah, ride back. Yeah, it's gone all slippery. So anyway, I'll try something else. Don't know what, but I'll work it out. Could always wrap some tape around it, make the handlebar a bit fatter. Maybe that'll work. Stopped at the famous seat. Although it was different when it was famous, it was just a wooden seat. The grip got put in the backpack. It's shit. Well, the grip's not shit. The grip and the lack of stickiness to the handlebar is shit. Just over here is the creek. A different sort of creek. And that's not the creek that my pedals are making. They're making a different type of creek. And when I change the pedals, the new ones are quite a bit thinner than the old ones. So I should have thought about how that impacts the seat height, which I did think about it, but just not for very long. So in theory, it could mean you got to drop the seat a little bit, because the distance that matters is from the top of the seat to the top of the pedal, and the top of the pedal went down a bit. So, but it still feels okay. I don't feel like I'm overstretching or anything like that. I'll leave it the way it is. But it is something to think about, especially if you're really into the perfect bike fit. Then probably should have lowered the seat by, well, I don't know, 3-4 millimeters. But then, given that it probably wasn't at the perfect height anyway, it's really just check that it's not, you're not having to rock your hips or something when you pedal. Just sort of a most common sign or symptom of a seat that's too high. You've got to sort of rock your hips so you're on the downstroke, so your foot can get all the way down. Anyway, thankfully it stopped raining, so that's good. And if you can see it, I must zoom in. There's a old gum tree up there which was full of mistletoe a few years ago, and now it's died. So that's what happens with parasites. They take over, kill the host, and then everything dies. You can sort of I don't know, liken that to businesses and politics, I suppose. Anyway, best not go there. Everyone loves going over a bridge.